Yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz Universe to the channel. We've got three great bundles in the store in World of Tanks Blitz. The 5 great victors, the 3 great victors, and just one bundle, the Cromwell Berlin. And I decided to take a look at the bundles. I'm not going to give you like 5 games in all the tanks because that video would be like really long. But I'm going to compare the 3 bundles in terms of value, in terms of fun. Are the tanks fun to play? Do they look good? And if you're a regular subscriber, if you have been a fan of the channel for over all those years, then it will come as no surprise that I really do like this tank, the Cromwell Berlin. It looks really good, especially with the Berlin camouflage, having that back well, what is it? It's a tarp probably on the back of the turret. It has a road wheel on it, a little bit of jerrycans, etc. The camouflage just looks good. This is a really good looking tank, and it has a special treat. It can shoot out of its arse because it has 13 degrees of gun depression all around, and that means it can literally shoot through its own engine deck. Really funny. You can see that on other tanks basically, but yeah, E-Plasma here from the W2 Ek clan, probably pronounced as Rek, is just I don't know, he's sort of running around and missing a shot. Where did that shot go? Oh well, this one's gonna go in. Yes, 157 damage. He's taking things slowly because the Cromwell B, the Cromwell Berlin, is a really quick tank. It's just slightly better than the regular Cromwell and the tech-free Cromwell, but it is a really good tank. And this one is in the store for 3,000 gold and a garage slot. That's what you get. And then you get the Cromwell B, not the Cromwell Berlin actually. That's a bit annoying, to be honest. If you want to get the Cromwell Berlin, then you have to buy the big bundle or the 3 great victors bundle, or just maybe even have that camouflage in the game itself. I'm thinking you can actually buy, but you get the Cromwell B, not the Cromwell Berlin. That's something to take note of. Wargaming are not really clear about that, but I'm telling you, just the Cromwell B plus a garage slot. Then again, it is 3,000 gold, as said, and if you would pay 3,000 gold, that's just under, just under 10 euros for a really good tier 6 premium tank. Not bad value at all. If you would then go for the 3 great victors bundle, which is advertised as being at minus 65%, that one's going to give you the Berlin, the Cromwell Berlin. You get the IS-2 9045, which is pretty much the same as the recently released Pravda. So if you want to know how that tank plays, the IS-2 Berlin, the 1945, then you just watch the Pravda video. It's basically the same tank, except the fact that the IS-2 has got worse frontal armor. So you could state in a way that the IS-2 is a bit redundant. A lot of people also have the Lycan, which is just an IS-2, but in a anime skin. So yeah, in that regard, the IS-2 seems to be a bit power grab. This one, the Cromwell Berlin, by no means is. And if you buy the 3 great victors bundle, you also get the what's it, T-34 85 Rudy plus garage slots, and all the tanks are fully equipped as well. So that's something to take into account too if you're gonna look at the Cromwell B bundle, because that's just a tank and a garage slot, and you have to equip the tank. I mean, you can do that with credits, and it's a credit grinder, so all in all, you can just really equip a tank for free because you don't have to use any gold whatsoever. But if you want to play with the Berlin, you have to equip it first, and the 3 great victors bundle has all the tanks fully equipped. Well, Marty, you also said there was another bundle, 5 great victors. Yes, there's another one. That's 5 great victors. And that one adds the T-34-85 Victory, which is also a T-34-85. That's a real credit grinder. It has a bit of a cartoonish camouflage scheme, and it has the ISU 122S. And that tank destroyer, that's not your typical Russian tank destroyer, even though it is a typical ISU type of tank. That's AFK. You just shoot him once and bounce, no problem whatsoever, no questions at all. But the tank is AFK, the KV-1, and that means that E-Plasma can now go for the Stug. Let's clear the Stug, leave that AFK tank. It is of no concern. Just go for this tank, because the Stuk is gonna go drop down now, bounce a shot, yes, lovely stuff. Where's the Stuk? Yeah, drop down, there we go, and on the move. Luckily he doesn't get stuck behind the Stuk, because that would have been annoying if there's a Firefly pushing your way. But this Firefly is being a bit too aggressive, because the KV is AFK, so that's going to be no help basically. E-Plasma can keep rolling around. He's an everyman player, has played a fair few games, and you can see that he's trying to shoot that Firefly, but he hits the rock, and then he's trying to shoot again, and he manages to, and he gets tracked, and he repairs his track. Just look at that, doing it all right, and then rolling around, they're going to shoot that Sherman Firefly for 5 kills. And that means, because there's 2 enemies left, he's up for a Resenius Heroes Medal. I'm going to shoot the KV-1 again, who decided to go AFK right over here, no problem whatsoever. But so just, yeah, let's keep shooting him. Useless rats, says the guy in the Stuk 3. Yeah, but such is life, happens. What can you do? Not a lot. Back to the 5 Great Victors bundle, and this is good news actually. That's the stock Cromwell. That's the stock Cromwell that has a lower damage per shot, and this guy just probably, he got the tank, he went up the British medium tank line and has no clue what to do basically, but yeah. 5 Great Victors. I was talking about the ISU 122S, and that is a typically Russian ISU tank destroyer, but not a typically Russian tank destroyer. What do you mean by that, Martin, by those riddles? Well, let me explain while we watch the result screen from E-Plasma, from the Wreck clan. Great game, buddy. Great game. The ISU 122S is a tank that has really good DPM, and it's mounting a 122mm gun, and a lot of the tank destroyers, and the heavy tanks especially in the Russian tech tree, can do that. And because they can do that, they have a really big bang for the buck. They have really good alpha. The ISU 122S is pretty much like the SU 152, and the SU 152 can mount a 122mm gun as well. But most of the people use the big gun. They use the DERB 640 Alpha, big HE shell. Then you go to the ISU 152, and that has a 152mm gun as well, and it can mount a 122, I think. But usually Russian tank destroyers are known for their big guns, are known for their big alpha, derpy guns. They are not really renowned for DPM. So if you want to have a bit of a sneaky tank destroyer that people might think, oh, that's a Russian tank destroyer, let's just, I don't mind, as long as I can escape his big gun, as long as I can escape the big derp, then I should be fine. Well, think again, not so much against the DPM of the ISU 122S. And talking about DPM and talking about being a good tank, this is the T-34-85 Rudy, driven by Kunav from the NLBE2 clan. And Kun sent me this one, and he told me, well, Martin, this is a good game. I recently purchased this one, the bundle, the T-34-85 Rudy. Loving to play this tank. It's a good medium tank, good frontal armor on the turret. It's paper on the sides. Anybody who shoots your side will just penetrate you, no problem whatsoever. But you have a good gun. And that gun is the 85mm ZIS S53, a tier 6 gun, but that has been changed a little bit to give it statistics that are, I think, similar to the top gun or the second gun of the T-43. So this is basically a T-34-85 placed in tier 7, which is normally T-43 terrain. The Rudy on what PC and what console is a tier 6 tank, but as you can see here on Blitz it is not. And it has got good DPM actually. If you're gonna have it equipped with full provisions and a rammer, then you're looking at 2,689 DPM. And if you remove the milk and the canned rations, the extra combat rations, then your DPM is still pretty respectable. 2,362. Penetration 151, 204 on APCR. That's about the norm for tier 6 and tier 7 medium tanks, and it has got good mobility, it has got frontal armor, and that's a T-34-85. That's basically the same armor. Thank you very much for using that. Pets of the Night. attachment which just hovers around your turret, on top of your turret, so it will tell everybody if you are held down or not, if they are not in sniper mode, or maybe even if they're not in sniper mode. It makes it a bit easier to see what's happening with those tanks. Why do people mount that shit? It is stupid. But you can see that Coen is moving up over here. He's got 4 kills. By the looks of it, his team was not doing anything. They just went into the temple area, sitting in the back, and now getting farmed by a medium tank that's going up behind them. I think it's a P43. And Coen wants to get some more damage dealt. He wants to go in there. He wants to maybe grab a Redley Waters medal. It might work out if that P43 clears the KV-1S and then maybe start shooting the KV-2, because these guys, they have big guns, but they have not learned how to maneuver, and Coen is shooting a bush. No tank shoot bush. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And you can see we're coming to the end of the video. And if you're looking at these 3 bundles, the 5 great victors, the 3 great victors, and just a regular Cromwell B, you know, all of these 3 bundles, you can't really go wrong. Because Cromwell B is a great tank, the T-34 85 Rudy is a great tank, the ISO may have been a bit power crap, the T-34 85 Victory is a credit grind, and then you also have the ISO 122S. They are all great value for money. 50,000 gold for 5 tanks, plus camouflages, plus all equipped garage slots, etc. That's just good value for money. So I may sound like a bit of a salesman, I'm not, but I'm just calling it as it is. These bundles are good value for money. Which one would you then get, Martin? Well, if you can pick only one, then I would go for the Cromwell B, because that's the cheapest one, and you can get all these equipment slots unlocked yourself just using regular credits. So that's just my choice. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you all tomorrow. Cheers, happy tanking.